What it do, what it is. Welcome to another episode of Hold Up in Another Thing, presented by Mixed Vibes Media. Y'all already Mixed Vibe Media. Y'all already know the vibes. It's your boy, Mr. Bell, aka say your name upon this pod. Might not with you tomorrow. And I'm joined by Mr. Burt Glass himself. What up, Whip?
What's going on, y'all? Look, the glass almost didn't break. I stuttered for a second. I was over here eating.
I was like, Will over there on a delay for a moment. He must be taking a drink of something real quick.
Look, I was like, all right, the glass was stronger than normal. All right, cool. But the other voice y'all just heard was, "What's up, Joe? How you doing?"
What's up with you, man?
Same old.
Different day.
Do you want to say your AKA, or no? You want to leave it?
Which one? Which AKA am I? Am I the president of Caucasian?
The other one, you Mr. Kissman, you know what? You.
Oh no, man, I can't do that anymore. I told you that story.
I know. I'm saying.
I know it. I don't want that again. Quit. Please don't do that. They might hear it.
They might pull up on you and do it again.
It's like Candyman, dog. You say that name 3 times, bro, it's over.
All right, cool. We'll leave that AKA alone. All right, we're gonna start off with something that recently just happened. The retirement of John Cena. Anybody know me and Joe big into the wrestling world. Joe, he go a little further back than me with the wrestling. I watched it for a little bit, then I stopped, then I checked in, and then I stopped, and now here I'm watching the more. I'm watching it a lot more as I'm an adult. But John Cena, as a lot of people, WWE, I ain't gonna say a lot of people, WWE has started calling him the greatest of all time. He holds the most world title reigns with 17. I won't say it's a 5-time United States champion or 5-time tag team champion. He is a Grand Slam champion, but he has very many memorable moments. But he decided to retire, hang up the jorts, and call it a career. He said he's done and he is not coming back. Joe, what do you think about John Cena's retirement?
Man, I'm gonna say that the ending was beautiful. Let me just get that right out there first.
Oh, okay.
I love the ending. One thing I will say is I feel like, the whole idea of John being the greatest of all time, and they say it about a lot of wrestlers, and I know that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we're going to have to take a step back for like maybe 5 or 10 years before we can actually revisit that with, like proper, I guess, the scope of things, you know what I'm saying? To be like, was he really the greatest? I feel like maybe in terms of like being an entertainer, sports entertainer, hands down, dude, yeah, I would have to say he probably is one of the greatest, maybe the greatest. And it's not just because of what he did in the ring, but it's all the other things outside of the ring, you know what I'm saying? His Make-A-Wish stuff and all that. Like the way that he carried himself. He carried himself a lot better than, you know what I'm saying, some of our heroes of the past.
Mm-hmm.
Now, hopefully, like I say, 10 years from now, that still stands. Like we don't find out a bunch of crazy shit that's happening right now that we didn't know about. So only time will tell. But I mean, wrestling, right? The dude really stuck with it. You know what I'm saying? Like he came into it and he committed to it and he wanted to be the best and he wanted to leave an impact on the sport. And he did that, especially going out the way that he did. I mean, he went out the way he wanted to so well, man. I mean, come on now. Have a smile on his face.
Had a smile.
A smile on his face, man. That is a person who is sitting there doing what they wanted to and doing it their way.
All right, let me ask you this: because Triple H is getting a lot of heat for the booking of the match? Do you feel like this was a Triple H decision or a John Cena decision?
Both.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, you're never going to tell me that John wanted to win. I absolutely will never, ever believe that John Cena wanted to win this because John Cena through and through is such a wrestling, he holds himself to those rules, those unwritten rules in wrestling. And one of them is when you are leaving the business, you leave the business by putting the next generation over. The same way you came in, like when he came in, you know what I'm saying, and Kurt Angle, and he had to do that. He wanted to leave the industry in the hands of people who could carry it on. And there's no way that you have to do what's right. You have to leave it that way.
So, I agree with you 100%. I feel like if you listen to John Cena do his interviews, especially on his last run, he always he talked about, like, building it for the future, putting WWE first and stuff of that nature. And like you said, John Cena is a very traditionalist. I knew, let's be real, once he said he was going to retire, you knew he was going to lose his last match. Yes. I feel like it's a lot of outrage, but I think I don't even think it's just casual fans. It's hardcore fans too that's upset that John Cena didn't win, or the fact that he tapped out. And in my head, I'm thinking, wrestling is nothing but the ultimate storytelling.
Yeah.
Throw some athleticism in there. You know what I'm saying? Throw some that in there, but it is storytelling. That is the closing of a chapter. The person who says you never give up, tapped out.
Yes.
And if you listen to the commentary, they talked about how John Cena hasn't tapped out in X amount of years, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, 20 years, I believe.
Yeah, if you listen to that, you already knew what was coming.
Yeah. Yeah, you knew. They literally were like giving you everything before it happened.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, man. Like sometimes, I feel like fans will hijack the show so much, and they don't appreciate what they're being given. It's like I seen a meme or whatever. Somebody was like, "Let me get this straight. You all wanted John Cena to turn heel, be a bad guy, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You also wanted John Cena to start losing to other newer wrestlers. And then when he went and lost to newer other wrestlers and he turned bad, you all hated him for that."
You can't win. I think so. The thing with the turning bad, because
that was horrible. That was trash. They did it horribly.
So I was going to say, the thing that with it turning bad was when The Rock got involved, and then there was no conclusion in it.
Yes. Yep.
If, like, let's say The Rock popped up to when Saturday Night's main event happened, and he was like, he got beat up too by Gunther or something like that, then maybe even that's not much of a closing, but at least it is some type of closure. You threw Travis Scott in there, and you threw The Rock in there, and then you went away from that real quick, which obviously I heard, some heat on Travis Scott in the back because he wasn't really catching in the whole wrestling thing. And then the Rock, they just bring TKO, the people on the board just be like, we got a problem, bring The Rock in anytime there's, you know what I mean?
Right.
If they had not went with that and just let John Cena go heel, or even gave some closure to it, whatever the case may be, then it would have made more sense, and it would have actually acted like a story.
Yeah, they just dropped the ball, and that was so bad.
Yeah. But it was, plus it did become so to the point to where it was only so much he was going to be able to do, because The Rock don't show up, Travis Scott don't show up that often, and then John Cena only got so many dates.
Yeah,
like he had the match. They had the tournament with Gunther, but you didn't hear from John Cena between the Dominic Mysterio and then the Gunther match. Just like when he was the AJ Styles, when they had a match, there was no build for it, really. John Cena just put something out on Twitter and was like, "Okay, cool, me and him gonna fight." What y'all think about this? There was no. If they had to put a better plan together with John Cena turning heel, I think it would have worked. But it is what it is. I'm happy, like you said, it's very poetic the way that, like I said, John Cena tapped out. I'm happy that they did it that way.
I just watched the intro for Raw before we jumped on this, man, and of course they started with Gunther coming out. Boy, that man, he's going to be a hated guy for a long time.
Yeah. Now,
Yeah.
the fans was outside chasing him to the tour bus saying F you and all this other shit.
Yeah,
Like,
they said they had to get fucking police security for that man after that.
I saw two of them. I'm like, fam, it's not that.
Bro, I'm saying.
It's not that deep. What did y'all forget what this was?
Did you have you seen the thing with Mark Henry yet talking about like the backstage reaction after the match?
No.
He was talking about, he said, bro, you would have thought we were like it was a funeral or something.
I did see that. I said, and
Yeah.
he was like, and he's like, I dapped John Cena up for a quick minute, but I ain't linger around him too long. But it was like everybody was so sad, even though the person is still standing right here.
Right. You have to make sure to reiterate that, like, y'all, hey, John ain't dead, y'all.
he's right here.
Yeah.
He's just not wrestling no more.
Right.
It ain't even necessary. He ain't gonna be around WWE no more.
Exactly. He just signed a 5-year ambassador deal. You know, like he's not going away permanently. He's still going to be around just as much as he has before. You know, like these past 5 years. Really.
Yeah, as a respect, he just ain't gonna have no matches. He'll
No.
pop up. He'll pop out at WrestleMania, do some high highs, and last might get somebody a FU or.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, yeah, I can see that.
Other than that, it ain't gonna be too much. He ain't gonna come out in the jorts no more. You know what I mean? He gonna come out in the suit. Take the coat off and just give somebody the attitude adjustment. But nah, I just let me touch back on. You said that like the conversation about John Cena being the GOAT. And you painted it perfectly. It's not all about what John Cena did in the ring. It is the stuff that he did on the outside. And they always talk about how if John Cena, he did a million things in a day, but if a Make a Wish kid came up, John Cena still made the time for that kid. I think that's why they calling him the GOAT. But let me ask you: do you think, even if he's not the greatest wrestler, do you think he's the most important wrestler of the WWE? Because that's a different question. If he, is he the most important?
Oh,
Because you have when you think of most important, you think of your Undertakers, you think of your Stone Cold, you think of you going back to the people who built when it was WWF, people who built it to be what that is.
Do I think he belongs on that same stage?
Yes.
Yeah. I think he did. When he came in from Ohio Valley Wrestling and he went in there around that Ruthless Aggression era, they had so much talent at that time, but they were also kind of going to a point where it was just getting stale. Like they almost had so much talent, they didn't even know what to do with it. And they were regurgitating all these kind of like old ideas, and just I think they were still riding so high off that, hey, we beat WCW and ECW, we're invincible, that they weren't really fucking trying too bad. And so, John came in there, man, and he really had to work his ass off to get that spot amongst, what I'm saying, that huge talent pool that they had. He had to fight for that spot. Like if you watch any of his things where he's talking about, I seen an interview not too long, this maybe a couple of days ago, where he was talking about all these different wrestlers from like Ohio Valley that he was there with, that they were all the people who were supposed to be like next up, like, and he's mentioning names that I've never even heard before, like he's giving props to guys who are long since left the business, and he still recognizes like, hey, these people were supposed to be the next ones. I wasn't. So I just kept studying and I took any opportunity they would give me, even if it was a character that I didn't like the whole rapping thing. Stephanie heard him freestyle on a bus one day and wanted him to do a rapping character. And he was like, it's only a little bit of who I am, but if it's going to try to get me, save my career, I'll do it.
Which led to the John Cena that we end up getting. Because the John Cena we originally get when he met Kurt Angle is not the John Cena, that we got now.
No, it's definitely not, man. Like in the John Cena that we all knew from OVW, the prototype was not the John Cena that we saw with the Dr. Thugonomics thing. And so I give that man credit, man. He like took anything and any opportunity and he would find a way to make it work. And it's because of that and the fact that he, like after the ruthless aggression, after Chris Benoit and all the whole situation, and like everybody was kind of like backing off from wrestling. Nobody really wanted to be that much into it. He took that opportunity and just kept growing and growing and fucking building himself up. And he ends up carrying the whole like company, on his back.
I was getting ready to say he turned into like he's the greatest of his era.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. If we're looking at that era, I think he is the greatest of that era. And that puts him in I would maybe we won't say he's the most important, but I do think I would put him on like a Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
So that I would put him there. But I just wanted to give a little time shout out John Cena. You know what I'm saying? The retirement. They gave it an F. This last year. I wouldn't give it an F.
Bleacher Report?
Yeah, they gave it an F. I wouldn't give it an F. I'm not saying it's an A neither.
Bro, I'm giving it a C minus.
Yeah.
I feel like if he'd because I don't, have you heard this motherfucker wanted to do 200 plus dates this year.
Damn, really?
Yeah. He was talking about whenever he told Triple H, he's like, hey, this is gonna be my retirement year. He laid out a whole plan of 200 plus dates that he was gonna do this year. And they took that and came back and said, you're gonna do what, like 26 or 32, I think they came out with.
There's no way for him to do 200 dates because he was still shooting movies.
That's what they told him. They're like, John, that's awful nice of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shows you too how much he really wanted to. Like, this is a man who is so selfless that he's like, hey, dude, even though I'm doing all this other crap, this is my last year of wrestling. I'm going to give you 200 days. It's like, no, how? How, John?
There's no possible way.
Exactly.
This is just me, and then we'll get Will back in the conversation after I say this. I do wish it ended at like even if not a WrestleMania, maybe like a Royal Rumble or something along that lines, or maybe a SummerSlam. I would prefer it ended at a PLE, not a Saturday Night's Main Event. No offense to Saturday Night's Main Event, but it doesn't. It doesn't give the same feel, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get you. It definitely didn't feel, for as big as it felt, it's still, I don't know how to say it, kind of felt lacking, but it did.
Yes. It didn't have a gravitas to it.
No.
Saturday Night Main Event doesn't do it for you. And I wish it was maybe his last day was Royal Rumble and he had a match at Royal Rumble. But even then, Royal Rumble, it's kind of hard to do it at Royal Rumble because the main event, it has to be the Rumble. But something else, because it didn't feel big enough for how big of a person he is.
Yeah.
No, you know what I'm saying? They did a retirement for Goldberg at Saturday Night's Main Event, and that, to me, that was fine. Because Goldberg, when you think of Goldberg, you don't really think of WWE time. You really still think of the WCW time. Don't get me wrong, like he had his moments in WWE, but you still think of him as WCW. So him retiring at Saturday Night's Main Event, okay, cool. And as as rumors of Chris Jericho coming back. Chris Jericho retiring at a Saturday Night's Main Event, to me, fits because Chris Jericho went off and did his other thing with AEW and whatever the case may be. I feel like John Cena deserved a bigger stage than Saturday Night's Main Event. Also, going into next year, I hope AJ Styles, because AJ Styles says this is his last year of wrestling. I hope his ain't at a Saturday Night's Main Event because I feel like he even deserves more. Even though, like you said, you think of him more of a TNA wrestler. He's had a run in WWE that has been consistent in that run. As where Goldberg was a part-timer and Chris Jericho left. I hope AJ Styles is not. You know what I mean? I hope his ain't the Saturday Night's Main Event.
I hope not.
I do.
But AJ's always said though he wants to go out just without any type of fair. Like he's like, I just want to wrestle and then just be done. Like nobody even know it's my last match.
But then he also let us know last year, this coming year is his last year.
Right. Isn't that kind of weird?
So, but hey, it could be any time. It could be WrestleMania, could be SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
It could, you know what I'm saying? It could be Survivor Series.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, so shout out to WWE, shout out to John Cena, you know what I'm saying? Hope John Cena well in his retirement. Will, sorry to go on the long rant, but you asked us something pre-pod about a particular song. You want to share it?
Oh yeah, man. I thought I was muted. I was over here snoring and shit.
All right, man. We just having a good old conversation about WWE, man. Ain't no snooze fest over
here. So make sure y'all go back and watch this episode so I can see what y'all talking about. I just made to sleep again though.
All right, man.
But nah. So I was sitting back when I had actually watched TV, and on the episode of Credit to the Simpsons, they had mentioned this song, and they mentioned it was an affair song, and I went and I listened to the song, and I thought the song should be discussed just a little bit, and because it has many layers, there's many things you can discuss about the song. So the song is Pina Colada. I know a lot of the listeners should be familiar. If you don't know, think of the Taco Bell commercial in the early 2000s. They had a little Pina Colada drink they used to jingle. It's that song. And come to find out, the song's about a fact. And it's about a man who's tired of his, what he calls a mundane relationship. The flame has burned out. So he, picks up the personals and sees an ad. And he responds to the ad. And he decides to go meet the person that he responded to. And he meets up and realizes it's his woman. Same one he's tired of. Me personally, I listened to the song with my wife, so we kind of looked and we kind of both giggled at it because it was funny to think, no matter what I thought of the whole song was, no matter what you do, you supposed to be with who you supposed to be with, man. Just sit down and sit still. So that's what I concluded out of the song. I thought it was funny.
That is pretty damn hilarious, though.
So you took out of it, hey, this is where we're supposed to be. So we need to chill. I took out of it once you told me that, I was like, man, both of y'all out here trying to cheat. Y'all don't need to be together.
Yeah, so you saying break them apart. This relationship don't need to, because he said they laughed and they, realized that they have more in common than they thought, and they, enjoyed their vacation.
Both y'all out here with the wandering eye. Oh, that don't sound crazy. Like, hey, I know we both was trying to cheat on each other, but let's work it out because we discover new things. That's what make you question, why didn't y'all already discover these new things?
That's a polyamorous couple right there, if I've ever heard it.
Yeah, they need to go find another couple.
I'm saying, dog, there's some swingers right there, man.
One of my questions was, because the way he found the ad from his obviously wife or girlfriend at the time was he picked up the paper and he looked at the personals, and I was thinking to myself, what's today's version of the personals?
Tinder.
But that's straight up that's like, the personals was you write a good little quote. You don't have to show yourself. You kind of get them hooked on what you say.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily present yourself until it's necessary.
Okay, would Facebook be not Facebook dating, but just Facebook?
Well, if you got your pictures and things in your corner, people can scroll through in the timeline. There's too many pictures involved in it to be considered the personals. The personals was like, for people who don't know, it was an ad in the newspaper in a section, and it just kind of said what you were looking for or what you were into.
Do y'all remember the misconnections thing in Craigslist?
I was getting ready to say Craigslist.
Yep.
Craigslist would be the closest thing. It's a classified, personal was in the classifieds ad
Right.
section. So I guess, yeah, Craigslist would be the closest thing.
It's either that or Backpage, y'all, and I don't think nobody wants to talk about Backpage anymore.
Nah, I think the government shut Backpage there.
I would hope to God they did, dog.
Yeah, I'd rather keep selling coochie on the internet. Anyway, I
Hell,
gotta be more discreet.
Craigslist turned into the back page.
Yeah.
At some point, Craigslist did the same thing. But yeah, I guess y'all right. Craigslist is probably the closest thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Craigslist would be the closest thing to like the old school personals. Like the things that, you just picked up the paper and seen an ad for a shorty, and it made me think of the phone line.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Oh god.
The dating line. So everybody I know from my time did it. I don't care if they say they didn't. They at least did it for fun, right? Like you might have not been serious about it. But you did it to pass time on a Saturday night. It'd be popping too.
Bro, everybody did at some point, man.
Now, what's the equivalent to that today?
I have an idea on that one. Have you heard of chat roulette?
Okay, no, see, that would be something similar. That because it was kind of like, you just go from chat to chat. Yeah. You had to listen. You had to listen to the intro. So some people knew how to sell themselves.
Wait a minute, what is chat roulette?
So chat roulette, man, it's basically like a website. You get on there and you just hit a button, dude. Like it's almost like a roulette. Yeah, it's a fucking roulette thing. Yeah, thank you. And you hit it, and just a random person pops up, dude.
Damn, really?
Yep.
Yeah, you just talk to random people all across the world. It's an international thing. They got a few different versions of that. See, but the mystery in the phone line was just because somebody sound good on the phone don't mean they look good.
So what is chat roulette? Just a bunch of texting, basically?
Nah, it's like webcams.
Video.
Okay.
See, that's the aspect that makes it a little different from
but it's crazy because sometimes like you'll be on there and you'll be talking or like you'll see, you know what I'm saying? You can find clips of this online where people will be talking to somebody and like the person they're talking to, all of a sudden their voice completely changes. What the fuck is this? Yeah, and then it's like, I guess it's like, it's kind of a fun prank that people like to do or
and the good thing about the phone line was most of them was like locals. So like if you really wanted to see somebody, you could see somebody. so that was the cool thing. That chat roulette, like international, got people all over the world. People flashing you and shit, all weird shit.
Oh yeah, that's gonna say there's a lot of stuff on.
Yeah, it's extreme, man. Whenever you give people a webcam and tell them they go sit in their room and see strangers, and ain't no repercussions for really what you do in front of that stranger because that's a stranger.
Yeah. I didn't know
this was a thing.
I didn't know that was even a thing. Chat roulette.
What's the other one starts with an O. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's like
Omegle. Omegle. Yep, Omegle. Yeah. I forgot that one. Yep.
I know that one was really popular, like around the pandemic and shit.
I think that's the one they still use, man. That's the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, because you just go on there but you can end up talking to anybody. I think they might have finally put age parameters to where you won't end up in chat rooms with kids.
Good. That's good. Yeah,
before a while there, it was like
there was a lot of people that were getting into that. Yeah.
Yeah, they get to people were in and up, and you like Joe said, you see videos. So like if you go online and Google it and go to YouTube, people kind of just show you what they be doing on there. And you can kind of watch how the system works.
Yeah, I might have to Google that because, like I said, I had never heard of that. I didn't even know that was. Like I said, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, just people talking to random strangers. It's like think about like the chat rooms back in the day.
Yeah,
bro,
a whole bunch of randoms. You know, whoever had internet connection.
Do people have that much time on their hands?
Bro.
They did. You got
Yes.
to think that now they should. It was people made real connections. Now you just on social media, hopping in the comments, talking stupid to people you wouldn't talk stupid to in person.
That's a good
Mm-hmm.
point. That's a good point. That's a good point. Because
So
we
the internet was more social than it is now with social media.
The internet man, when I first got on the internet in 1997, God, I'm fucking old. Uh, man, yeah, going in the chat rooms back then, it was not anywhere near like it is now. You know, like trying to interact with people back then, people were excited. People were like, uh,
The community felt
information.
authentic.
Exactly. It was like a community of people like wanting to build a better world and thinking
Yeah.
that we were going to.
Well, there was still creeps, and whenever
Yeah.
since the internet's been around, there's
Oh
going to be
yeah.
creeps.
Oh
Just
yeah.
like real life, since humans
Hmm.
walked the planet, there was three creeps over there in the corner somewhere doing something weird.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
So that's gonna be the case. So now you just move it to the digital world. But
Hmm.
it was like Joe said, the relationships felt more authentic.
Yes.
You know, like because it was you. Everybody was kind of like pioneers. You know, you're figuring out this chat shit. You're figuring out this email stuff. You know, we trying to figure out how to steal music together. You know, like we're doing all type of shit. Like we just like we ain't trying to pay for
Bro.
nothing. Like like we can steal it. Let's go and steal it. You know, like. But
Back
it was
then,
a simple time. That's what the internet was. It was community of people getting to know each other. You can find music on the internet. It was shopping really what a thing. I don't hear people say, "Oh, I was buying college books." Shut up. You was going down to the college bookstore and buying your damn college books. You wasn't going to the fucking internet for that shit. Amazon really wasn't a thing. You hear me? So yeah, don't try to lie. Say you was buying books. You might have bought a book, but you just trying to be fancy for your peoples.
right.
But it was just pure, just it was enjoyment at the beginning, and it just started to shift. Social media changed it for everybody.
Let me ask you, you do you recall like a specific like time where you just knew like the internet that I knew and the internet now are are just completely different?
So
Hmm.
I guess for me,
That's a good question.
growing up through it, like Joe said, 97. 97 I was 10. So we were the school kids that were introduced to the internet. See what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? So like my group was like supposed to be part of the entrepreneurs and the leaders for the future of the internet because we was one of the first ones who really like got the full fledged internet, uh even though it was dial up and shit. But like so like I've just watched this steady progress of it.
Hmm.
uh it's a wild place now, and I think I seen the change honestly around like 2000, like I want to say like 13ish, when the iPhone and smartphones became readily available for most people.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
We start to spend more time on our phone, and they had these plans where we can get on the internet because the internet was a big part of the phone.
Hmm.
Then we start letting it absorb more of our time and giving it more of our energy, and we shifted it a little bit.
Hmm.
Uh, and the shift was crazy because it just got wild.
Yeah, I was gonna say if I had to pick a time, it's when you was able to get on the internet in your pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When that's when the internet went downhill. It like I said, it was already like we'll say it was already creeps and stuff on the internet. You already seen you could you seen stuff, but it wasn't as
Yeah.
widespread
We
until
took it, we've taken a new turn with AI though. This is the new.
Bruh.
We're standing in the
Woo.
middle of the next turn.
We're
So like
we're
we've
standing
seen.
on the cusp of something I feel like is going to be bigger than the internet.
Yeah, it's gonna give the internet more purpose. So
Yeah.
AI needs the internet. That's it's lifeblood. You know, it's like
Yeah,
oxygen
but
to us.
yeah, but I feel true. But I feel like what AI is going to do, I feel like the cause, well, not the cause, but the problems that the internet end up causing. I think AI is going to be worse. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? AI works off the internet. I get that. But what I'm saying is the impact that AI is going to have on the communities and on the world, I think it's going to be worse than what the internet is.
Anytime information becomes available, and not only available but easier to comprehend and able to alter to comprehend when you might not be able to comprehend other forms of it. Whenever that information becomes available, yeah, things are gonna get more spicy. Like, I mean, lean on the internet's early days. People were out there giving out the recipe to pipe bombs. What
Mm.
happened? You know,
The anarchist cookbook, baby.
like what happened? So like it's like whenever information is gonna get spread, and now AI allows us to absorb the information in ways that most people can comprehend. Like
I
you
think
can
the scariest part about AI though is the fact that AI is slowly becoming self-dependent. And by the end of the year, not this year, but 2026, AI will not really need us anymore. We've
Mm.
already got it to the point where it can it can teach itself. It can learn itself. It can adapt. You know what I'm saying? Like it can do so many things that they're like, I seen something the other day. I was talking about how do we how do we know we're not a simulation when we can look at AI and we can see that we can train AI to develop its own thinking pattern. You know what I'm saying? Like you can make a game like The Sims and you can put AI in there, and then suddenly that game doesn't realize it's a game anymore because it's operating like us, because it's like it's living, it's artificial intelligence. So in the game it thinks it's the real world. So then the game will eventually start making its own like AI or whatever, like its own games inside of that.
Yeah, no.
And that's
So
fuck.
that yeah, I was gonna say that's scary to think. And then
Mm-hmm.
like with AI is like you said, it's self dependent because I can even think back to like small things with AI where my mother uses the insulin pump and the AI knows when to give my mother more insulin and when not to give my mother more insulin.
Yeah.
It's you know what I'm saying? Of course, he's reading some of what off of her body, but some of it is just the intelligence of this is when you drop around this time every day. Anyway, we know to give you a little bit more or to take it away at this time because we done trained it on your body to now we know your body better than you do.
Yep.
So I think
but
and then
that's the thing. For me, I don't have the scare factor as most people. Um, to me, I guess being a technology junkie, uh, I'm just so when y'all say self dependent, you have to remember AI has to be trained.
For now.
So as humans will continue to to
But the
change and
problem
develop.
is, like
So
what
as
happens
humans
when we no
continue,
longer have to train it? That's what scares me. Like
but we'll
I love
always have
AI.
to train it. We'll always have to train it because we always developing. We're always changing. Somebody's gonna have to go to AI and say, "Hey, there's this phrase 6 7," or "Hey, there's this," or "Hey, there's that." Humans are constantly. That's the way the system works. AI trains off of the
I
internet, what's put on it. So, like, yeah, it can get to a point to where it thinks and to where it can predict. But the thing with is predictions can go awry when something slightly goes different in the human element. Most likely, we're gonna change something.
I hear you and
It's going to have to be forever trained.
I get your point, but I also do believe at some point it's not gonna need us to train it.
yeah, no, they've already got ones
There
now
will
where
be.
like
It's going to be able to. We'd have trained it so much. I think it's going to get to the point to where it's going to be able to see what we already trained and programmed it to do. It's going to
mhm.
build off of that and see the changes that's going on in the world without us putting the information in. I think that
it'll be able to fetch that information on its own.
It won't need us to train it no more, because it'll be able to train it, and it'll be able to. I ain't gonna say train. I think it will be able to learn and adapt on its own without our input. At some point, it may not be like Joe said, maybe 2026. It may be 2027 or 2028, 2029. But at some point, I do believe AI is going to be able to adapt itself to where we don't need to. It don't need us no more. I think that is.
What does a self-sufficient AI do?
You said what?
What does a self-sufficient AI do?
What
was AI? What was it created for?
I was going to say, my question is going to be, what couldn't it do?
Yeah.
Well,
because everything is, it can do everything because we have trained it and used it in every aspect. So it can crash a market. It could crash a banking system. It can crash your social media. It'll be able to take over your governments by just using.
They've already got one.
How do we get to what how does it crash the market? What does it do?
Have you heard about the one
where the funds?
But have you heard about the one crash it? They tried to get one of these AIs, that they were programming, they tried to get it to like shut down. And when they were writing the code to tell it to, like turn itself off or whatever, the AI was now smart enough to recognize what they were trying to get it to do and kept rewriting the code and would not allow them to shut it off. That's like the kind of stuff that I worry about, because if AI is now smart enough to recognize when we're trying to like turn it off or do something like that, it's like, no. What does that lead to?
Yeah, see, like, Will, I get your points. I just think this is just my belief. You're like, your thoughts is different. I just believe at some point it's not going to need us no more. Mm-hmm. It's going to adapt and be self-sufficient on its own. And
my only hope is when that does happen is that we have done enough to be able to like that it will be good for humanity. Or at least more good than, because we know there's going to be people who will use it for bad. I just hope there are more people out there who will train and will continue to like, because like Will says, we are still training it. It's way too early, it's not at that point yet where it can completely be self-sufficient. I just hope that while we're still in this, maybe infancy stages of it, that we're doing right with it. And when it does finally hit that point, it doesn't backfire on us.
Yeah. AI, at least, like I said, for me, AI is hurtful. AI might decide 2 years from now that I'm taking money out of everybody's bank account. Oh no, you know what I mean? What if that stuff happens? It took for me. And I guess maybe I am also looking at it from the field that I work in, that at some point AI
we're obsolete. We know.
I was going to say, the field that we work in, mm-hmm. AI is going to take our job. It may be that makes me think of, okay, what's next after that? Because that's not where AI is going to stop at. It's going to continue.
I laugh because I read a story not too long ago, and it compared us to, I think it was like the late 70s, early 80s.
Okay.
And every person at the time said, computers are going to take our jobs.
Computers are going to take it, yeah.
Computers are going to take our jobs. Computers are going to take our jobs.
Yeah.
That's everybody. Like, this was the mass historic. Mm-hmm. It was like everybody, computers are going to take our jobs. So we're just going to do it again.
I mean, to a degree, computers did take some. It did to a degree. I feel like the same thing that happened back then.
Computer aided jobs. That's what I'm saying. Name an industry that computer killed all their jobs.
Okay. That's why, to a degree. Did it kill all the jobs? No, but did it kill some of the workforce?
The mass amount of people was, computers are going to take our jobs. It's going to wipe out our industry.
I was going to say, you could think of
That'll happen with anything.
The assembly line took.
Yeah, that's always going to be a widespread panic over stuff. Like it's like I know
computers came to the assembly line before Ford employed more people than they did back then.
I know that my job right now, like me and you just said, we know that our job can be done by a computer, by an AI. Will it be able to give you the same service that we do? Will it be able to do the same things? You know what I'm saying? That same interaction? No, you're not going to get that. And that's what the hope is that, you know what I'm saying? They won't completely replace you with an AI. And that the AI will.
If you're scared AI going to take your job, I tell you right now, Quentin, drop out of school. Because you're going for the number one degree that AI will have no problem taking your job at.
I switched my major.
Well, good. You need it. Matter of fact, you need to go ahead and, like I said, drop out and you need to go to the JCTC and get you a construction trade. Like they say, those will be the millionaires of the future. Whatever you do, and it's going to take your job. That's what they say. This is the logic to everyone.
I believe that too.
I was going to say, part of the reason I changed my major was because of the simple fact of, okay, at some point, AI is going to be able to do what I'm paying all this money to go to school for.
What you change your major to, if you don't mind sharing with the world?
Sports management.
Sports management.
Yes.
Okay. Hey, I'll be able to do your job.
Hey, man. It's possible. You know what I mean? But that's why I changed my major from accounting. Because of the simple fact, I was like, hey, it's a strong possibility that AI is going to be able to do this.
No, that's not. It's not a strong possibility. It's the fact that it can.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But I'm saying that that job will be obsolete at some point in the near future. That's why, like I said, I changed my major. But you know what I'm saying? We're gonna switch the conversation up from AI. It's the holiday season, and I've been wanting to do this episode. I was gonna do it by myself one time because I always say I'm gonna try doing more episodes just me talking. I don't think I'm really good enough to do like solo pods, but I got y'all here, so I'm gonna talk to y'all about it. When's the last time you did something for yourself? And why do we not spend more time doing things for ourselves and taking care of other people? I'm gonna start with you, Will.
Oh man, last time I did something for myself, I had something earlier, but I realized I don't know if I did that for myself. So last time I did something for myself, Jesus.
Mm-hmm. See, it gets hard.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I take all the little things that I do for myself into consideration.
Okay.
Like I go buy myself clothes. I take myself. I go get food. I'm doing things for me. I'm not doing it for nobody else. I ain't buying the kids shit. It's all me. It's just my time to enjoy my hard work. So, yeah, I take little victories, and that's just the way it is. If you always looking for big ones, you never get none. I take little ones. I'm winning all year.
Bro, that's the only way you get to a big victory too, Like you got to celebrate those small successes.
Yeah. So I take the little times out but like grand gestures. I mean, I went to Vegas earlier this year. I wanted to do that because I never flown and I wanted to fly.
How was it?
The flight or Vegas?
Vegas.
Vegas was cool. I mean, it was what I want to say January. The weather wasn't bad. Warm in the day, cool at night. So you can actually get outside and do stuff. It was right around the time of the electronics conference that they do that every year or whatever.
Oh, the E3?
Yeah. So there was a whole bunch of extra people there. It had wrapped up the day we got there, so they were pretty much leaving. You ready to leave?
Damn. Well, I know you would have loved that if you'd have got there a day earlier.
Yeah, I would have loved it, but I wouldn't have went in and all them people. I just read about it on the internet. Yeah. But so I just make little victories, man, little things. I take time out to, buy myself stuff, do things for myself. And I try to make sure I disconnect it from everybody else. Like, this isn't for anybody else. This is for me. You know, I'm buying me this. I'm buying me that. That's pretty much all you do as an adult.
Mm-hmm.
Take time to buy yourself shit, or money to buy yourself shit. Unless we got hobby, though. I ain't got nothing.
Yeah, nah, you I want to go to Vegas, but I don't want to do the strip Vegas. I want to do I guess what you would say, the locals. I want to go to the neighborhoods of Vegas because
So, I mean, you fly out there with us next time. We'll probably be going this coming up year. We're going to Mexico this 26th.
Nice.
Cancun.
Nice.
That's gonna be the 26th. Oh yeah, we're gonna do Christmas in New York.
Oh,
Hey, you ever been there for it?
No, I've never been to New York City. It'll be my first time. This year we're doing Christmas in Dallas. Last year we did Atlanta Thanksgiving. So
okay.
Dude, Christmas time up in New York City is beautiful, bro.
yeah, we're going Christmas New York next year. That's my dream's always been to go to New York City.
Hey.
If any New Yorkers is listening, don't rob your boy. I ain't got nothing for you. I'm a broke nigga from Kentucky. So leave me alone. But but yeah, we go to New York next year. So that's the type of little things I do for myself. Vacations with the children. I bought myself a car.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's something right there.
Yeah.
But that's not for me though. Like I give my kids rides. You feel me? So like when I've been once the little niggas start riding in the motherfucker, and then that's when it becomes an issue. It's not. This is for everybody. You know. It's
True. But I was gonna say, but it's still something for you. Like going to Vegas is still something for you. You know what I mean?
yeah. The kids didn't go. That was just me and Michelle. So
Yeah.
that was for us. That was,
Yes.
I take that victory because that was for us.
Right.
Buying the car was like that's for everybody, man.
It's a family need. Yeah, I feel it.
Yeah, it's like I ain't man. Anybody got no money on this payment, but it's for everybody.
Of course not.
What you said, Joe? What's the last time you did something for yourself?
All right, bro. This is gonna be really goofy, but y'all know that McDonald's Grinch meal?
Yeah.
I wanted them socks real bad, boy. So I got them socks.
Okay.
Get on
Yeah. Nah, man, this is probably like you know what? This was a week ago. Yeah, it was last Friday. Yeah, last Friday. Not so the 5th, December 5th. Yep.
Okay. Well, it's something.
Yeah, I mean, it's something small, but it was like I just want these. I don't know why, but I wanted them damn socks.
You get all of them.
Nah, man, I ain't got going crazy. I got one pair.
Like you roll around town looking for the joints.
Nope. But yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to think of something I did. Because what made me think about it is I always get told I'm always helping other people. And I'm always looking out. And when people need me, they call and I go running. But it's just because I saw my mother do that my entire life. So of course I did what my mother did. That's how one way that's how I show love is, hey, if you need me, call me, I'm coming.
That's your love language.
Yeah, that's my love language. That's how I try to being supportive, I guess is the way to put it, is my love language. Or being dependable. Last time I did something for myself, I'm trying to think. I think I bought me a shirt at City Trends probably about 2 months ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I went splurging. I've been shopping for the last month and a half. Every time I get paid, I go get me some outfit.
See,
They're not the expensive outfits. I ain't going out buying Nike Tech fits and nothing like that.
I know you got them Balenciagas, bro. Come on now.
Nah, shoot. What you mean? Everything I got come from the discount store.
Yeah, I'm a very big on the Burlingtons and the Gabe's.
Yes.
Where's Gabe's at?
It's in Indiana. It's
Yep.
I
incarcerated.
ain't going all the way over there,
I
man.
already know you ain't going across that pussy. But I spend a lot of time over there. So Gabe's is cool. Matter of fact, I'm gonna be getting Gabe's this weekend.
I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but you've been up at the Bellas or whatever.
Bellas. Where's
You
that?
know where Dick's Sporting Good was? They put the bowling alley.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, right there. What's in there?
Yeah. Huh?
What's in there?
It's close. I go in there, shoot, I be getting some Nike. Shout out to Nike if y'all want to send y'all boys some free swag. Anybody listening for the Nike company, just get at me, hit my email. I got some Columbia. I be getting all type of stuff out of there, man. I keep the kids fresh too. They have South Pole, the old brands like Echo and shit. I didn't even know they had Echo before.
Bruh, I ain't even know. I knew that was up there, but I didn't know what it was. So now I
Yeah,
ain't been in there.
yeah. You go in there, bro. They got you fresh, bro. You be like, damn.
Is it all right? What's the prices hitting though?
It's the discount store prices, so it's like Bellison's.
Oh,
It's
okay.
the same thing. Yeah,
Oh, I've been there. This
it's the same thing. Yeah, yeah. Everything's cheap too.
I might pop in there on Saturday. Yeah, nah, we.
Yeah.
I,
Only difference from them and Bellison's is they got class over there.
all right, now,
You walk in Bellison's.
bro.
Yeah, you gonna save money, but you gonna get robbed. Or you might get shook down by a security guard.
All right, bro.
I
Bro,
thought that was Ross.
Ross is
Shit,
like
yeah, yeah.
Ross
Ross
ain't that
got
bad.
security too.
Ross
Unless
ain't that.
you go to Middletown Ross ain't got no security.
It don't. Middletown Ross do. Hell, the one by the that's St. Matthew's Mall. I don't think they got security.
Yeah, I forgot the one I went to. I forgot they had I can't even remember. Oh, TJ Maxx on Taylorsville. Where about you quit?
Yeah.
Shoot, you walk in there, little buddy damn near had an AI. I was like, damn, cuz. Calm down, bro. Everybody still out of here, bro.
He just waiting on a motherfucker to try him.
Just waiting.
Damn.
Mm.
I said, man, everybody still out TJ like that, man.
Oh.
Damn. All right. So why do y'all think we don't do more stuff for ourselves? Is it? I know
I
why.
do, but the reason I don't is because I got responsibilities. If I ain't have no responsibilities, shit, I be splurging on myself all the time.
I was getting ready to ask: is it because we got responsibilities, or is it just because we selfless?
Nah,
I
I
think
ain't selfish. If I had it, shit. If I had it, I could take care of everything else and splurge on myself all the time. Nah, yeah, I'm done. I'll do it, bro. This is what it is.
yeah. I also feel like a part of, you know what I'm saying, why we are the way we are is because of the, like the idea that men are supposed to be a provider.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like for me, I'm just like what Will said, dude. If I had the money to be able to fucking splurge on myself and to do all my stuff, yeah, I'll ball till I fall. I've done proven that in the past.
Mm-hmm.
But at that same time, I was always, even when I did, and maybe y'all have this same thing too, man. When you splurge on yourself, is there ever a part of you in the back of your head that kind of feels like shit for doing it? Or is that just me?
I feel like I
Yeah.
wasted money. Yeah. I
Yes,
feel like
that's what I'm
I
saying.
could have did something else with that bread.
I feel like I could have done something to help somebody else out or something like that. Like I almost feel selfish when I do something for myself, you know what I'm saying? Like even when I like sat here and told you, I went and bought these damn socks or whatever, there's a part of me that's like I always think, like, well, you're blessed. You're lucky to be able to do this because other people
Mhm.
can't. And then I always kind of have this like lingering, like, I don't know, this feeling of guilt or something that I carried for it. And I don't know if that's just because who I am or if that's because, as a man, that's what they've told us to help others. I don't know.
I think it's probably a little bit of both. But nah, I get like that too, especially around I would I would be like, I want to get me some new tennis shoes. And I would go look. But then somehow I would end up looking in the kids section around my son. And then my sister would be like, you already bought him some. Go buy yourself some. I'm like, nah, he probably could use another pair.
Mm-hmm.
And then my sister was like, no, he's all right. Go buy you some shoes. And I'll be like, all right, cool. Then I'll go back and look at me some shoes. But then it's in my conscience, in my head, I still end up buying my son some shoes too because it's just like, well, that, like Will said, that's my responsibility. I'm supposed to take care of my responsibility. And if I'm splurging a little bit on me, I feel like I'm obligated to splurge on him a little bit, even if I had just bought him some.
Yep.
That it's just in my head that I'm telling myself, like, hey, now I got to do that too. And I, that's what made me want to have that conversation is because I'm trying to figure out, like, is it, I think it's the way I was raised, but I also think it's part of me is it just a responsibility that I have that I feel like I have to take care of other people? Is that too much of a burden? Or is it not a burden, it's just something I gotta live with? You know what I mean? That's what made me want to have that conversation is because of the simple fact. Go ahead.
I don't think it's a burden as much as this is what you uh this is what you signed up for, right? Like
Yeah.
so like this is what it is. Like for me, the shoe example really hit home. So this recording is happening in December, right after uh, the Jordan Gammas came out,
Okay.
and
Bruh, don't even get me started on that one.
wanted these shoes, and I was gonna get them. I was like, you know what, 235. It is what it is. Your boy about to be clean at work, uh, with these Gammas,
They
and
was cold.
and then and then my thought was, well, I'm trying to get these. I'm trying to go see my sister and my dad for Christmas. Now, if I keep that 235, 250 after taxes, shipping, whatever, in my pocket,
Mm.
then we all have a better trip.
Mhm.
So just the responsibilities of it all weighing heavy on me. I was like, well, I gotta, gotta do what's good for the group, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And that's just because we have these responsibilities, and they're not burdened because we would be sad if we didn't have these responsibilities. As much as we'd be happy to be able to do things for ourselves, we would be sad. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? For the most part, when you look at people who don't have those responsibilities, that, oh, something in my life is missing. Oh, I never did this, never did. So you had all this fun, you traveled this world, did all these things, but you never sat down and just enjoyed what it was really about. You never got to build that family and a future for yourself. Now you looking all stupid, but you had all the fun in the world. You took all those moments and took care of yourself and been selfless your whole fucking, you know, existence as an adult.
Yeah.
So we signed up for what we wanted, and we're gonna get through that, and then we're gonna have a time. Hopefully, we all live long enough that we're gonna be like, you know what? Now it's just time for me. Cause I'm cutting mine off. I see all the posts on social media and shit talking about if they 18 and they follow hard times. Well, your ass better fall on the shelter, motherfucker. Because I ain't doing it, your old ass over here. Nah, I'll help you out though. I will help you out, but I'm not gonna let you just be in here scotch free. Like
Mm.
I ain't with that. Like I getting back on your feet. Nigga, I'm not charging you market rate on rent,
Yeah.
but you getting charged.
I was just gonna say, I think I gotta find. I keep thinking about that. Like, I gotta find the balance of, I, I'm gonna let you rock out here for a little bit, because I ain't the when you get 18, get out type stuff. Because you still 18, you don't really still no
No,
get
I put
you
none
know.
of my kids out at 18.
Yeah,
They
you
they chose to leave and they chose to come back, and my door was open.
yeah, it's you know what I'm saying. You still finding yourself, but I gotta figure out what that age is at the point where it's like, all right, now you an adult, you gonna have to start paying rent. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to figure, is that age 23? Is that age
Nah,
25?
I mean it
I
depends.
think
It's
that's age
circumstances.
graduation college. I don't know.
It's circumstances, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like if you still in my shit after you graduate college, then yeah, you gonna pay a little bit, but like you wasn't paying during college because you was going to school. But like
Mm.
if you just living with me and working,
You gotta come
You
up with
know,
some.
we all have this dream that our kids are going to go to college, but hey, let's take a step back and look at reality. A lot of kids don't.
You're right.
So
But
if
and
that
that kind of
happens to
ties
be
to what
one
we
of
were
your
saying.
kids,
A lot of people are going to trade schools now.
Remember when that was a thing to begin with, and then it stopped being
Yeah,
a thing, and now
and
it's a
now
thing
it's a
again?
thing again. Yes.
well, don't get me started. That we need schools to high schools should be our trade academies. But
You have a great
well,
point.
no, that's how they used to be though.
Yes.
Like it
Yes.
used to really be
Yes.
the way that high
Yeah.
school was your trade academy. You went
Yeah.
to
High
the
schools.
school
Yep.
and got
Central
that
High School
trade.
was that way, man. Central High School.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we gotta take that step back though, for real. Honestly, and you know, just
Yeah, you right. I think high school is gonna be a whole separate conversation, but high school
high school dropped the ball. We
it
dropping the ball
it,
in high school.
it has,
The
and I
ball is
think
dropped.
not only should it be a trade school, it also should have more financial aid classes.
But throughout, I don't know if we're dropping the ball in high school. I think that we need to reevaluate the whole curriculum from kindergarten up.
Good point. That's a
and
fair point.
and I think we should look for kids' skills and talents and put them in the right type of schools. We shouldn't just have like general
No.
school, for
Right.
everybody. Oh yeah, you want to be a hairdresser? Okay, we're gonna have you go to school for everybody else, with everybody else. There's gonna be no hairdressing. There's gonna be nothing. Well, we could have been
Right.
teaching you that from middle school. By the time you graduated high school, you would have had 7 years experience.
Yeah,
So you're coming out as a
Yeah.
really good hairdresser,
you are.
or you're coming out as a really good plumber, or you're coming out as a really good electrician. Like
Yeah.
I feel
we got,
you're right. We should have. It should change the curricula in middle school, so then where you get to high school, you can start working on trades or whatever the case may be. Yes,
yes,
because a lot of middle school is it's like you are repeating a lot of the same stuff. You spend the first what
Bro,
three,
middle.
3 months repeating what you already learned.
there
And
are especially middle
I'm
schools
saying
though.
like,
Some of the schools have specialties where they kind of do teach the kids what they need to know the next step. But we all can't go to that same school.
exactly, it should be more.
It should
But
be all schools.
but that get me down a whole nother path. I keep saying teachers deserve to be paid more.
Oh, $100,000 a year,
Yeah,
oh God, absolutely, dog.
six-figure job.
without
Yes.
Six-figure
Hmm.
job, 100K. Give them 100
Yes.
to start with. Okay, give them
Easy.
75 out of college just to make sure.
Just make sure you gonna rock with it. Stay
Just
with
make
it.
sure you're good at this. Make sure you can really do this. And then, like at your 5 year mark, we bump you up to 100. It's progressive though. Every year it go up a little bit.
Yeah,
Uh,
I agree with
but
that.
yeah, they should be getting 100K. But I did read something. This is come rambling and wrap it up soon. I read something that said people who make 100K are are the new like middle class or lower upper poor or some shit like that.
Yep.
Like basically they're struggling.
Mm-hmm.
And I read the comments too because I'm a comment reader. I will not go away from a good post without reading the comments. And the dude said, I think you guys are kind of slow because if you're making that much money, you need to live better. You can live within your means. And then
Mm-hmm.
the person commented on his comment and said, "Shut up, boomer."
No,
So I was like, the boomer is so right though. Like he is 100% right. You shouldn't be struggling at 100K. People reevaluate your spending. This is crazy.
but it's also the way now a bit, bruh.
It also, I think, a big factor plays into where is this person living at that's making
Yeah,
100K. That's what I'd have to ask.
Yeah, well, we won't.
because 100K in Kentucky and 100K in New York.
But the
Hmm.
difference, yeah, that's a whole it's a different world. The
Yeah,
price of living in from state to state is different. But know that if you getting 100 for your job in Kentucky, they're probably giving you 125
yeah.
where
No, you're
where
right.
it
Yeah,
costs more to live.
they do make a pay difference. Like my
So with that, that's a recoup. So we gonna say average it up. If you
we're
making
gonna have to
150 in New York, you making 100 in Kentucky. We making about the same because of the cost of living. So that means you average it up and say 100's 100 or whatever, right?
Yeah. I feel you.
But then if you go and you get a $3,000 mortgage, didn't nobody tell you to do that. You don't. That's not necessary.
But that's a whole nother conversation because then it's like you live in. You shouldn't. I know what you're gonna say when I say this. You shouldn't do it like this, but you live off of what society tells you. You probably live off. Like OBJ, he said, "Man, people think I made $100 million and thinking that's a lot of money and it's supposed to carry me for the rest of my life. It don't." He pointed out all the different things that he did with his money. He also talked about flossing, and everybody was like, "Well, you don't floss."
Yeah, this is why I tell you to do that.
True. But if you looking, we can't act like peer pressure is not a thing, and keeping up with society norms is not a real thing. If OBJ come out looking normal, like everyday clothing wear all the time, people gonna look at him like he's crazy, and they gonna talk bad about him. Just putting more
Oh
pressure.
my God! Oh my God! I just want to throw my head at the wall, bro. Because you just took everything you were taught as a child and you threw it out the window. Everything you were taught as a child, you just threw it out the window because you were taught, and I can guarantee you this: you could pull your mom up right now, and she would say, "Yes, that's what he was taught." You was taught, just like majority of us, to be a leader.
I heard you.
And you do it, and you lead as you lead, and you let the motherfuckers feel how they feel.
I heard
so you don't have to spin that. OBJ didn't have to spin that.
But
Kua don't spin that.
I agree with you, but I'm just being realistic as where I can see where a person with 100 million feels the pressure.
That's his thoughts. That might be some systematic shit for black people. That might be some systematic shit for black people, bro.
Hey, I don't even think that's just for black people, man. That's systematic.
Nah, look at it, Joe. Look at it with the lens, though. Look at all these other professional athletes. Think about the ones you hear going broke the most.
You are. It's correct to a certain degree. It is definitely a higher thing in the black community. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely way more prevalent in the black community to put yourself into debt trying to, you know what I'm saying, present an image. Oh yeah, absolutely,
right.
Absolutely.
And that's what these athletes take to the next level.
Yeah, they do. They take that to it happens in the white community too.
No. Now, hear me out. Now, I'm a big fond believer of you can never say everybody or everything because there's always going to be examples. There's always going to be expectations to that. So, yes, there are white people, white athletes, white rappers, white businessmen who make bad money decisions too. But let's be honest. You see a lot coming from the black community, and not even the ones who reach athlete level, like Joe said. The ones you see living in the projects, driving 2026 Chargers.
Yes.
No, I'm not. Hold on. You ain't heard me. I said you was right, and I said you was gonna say all of this before you said it. But it don't change the fact that the reality is that's what happened, and people feel the peer pressure to do it. Should they feel the peer pressure to do it? No. But is peer pressure a real thing? Yeah.
Yes. So bad.
Real thing.
Peer pressure is the amount of peer pressure you allow yourself to be under is the peer pressure you're under.
This is what I always think of, okay? And I don't know, man. I can't imagine the pressure of like being a person who like was born into poverty, you know what I'm saying? Like was born in the projects and got that, you know what I'm saying, the opportunity, let's just say play football. Play football, made something of themselves, you know what I'm saying, got out there, had like $100 million. When you go back to that community, I don't know if would it be called just peer pressure or what kind of pressure is that you feel this obligation to give so much back to your community. Like it's like think of Hammer.
Peer pressure.
Yeah, exactly. It's peer pressure on such a huge scale. Like think of Hammer. You know, like
he got community scale.
Yeah, he got so much money.
Whole community.
Yeah, he wanted to help so many people out. It's like he just didn't know how to say no, and it's like at what point? You know what I mean? Like, do you because, you know, like you get these people who are like, oh, come on, man, you changed. You know what I mean? Oh, you ain't who you used to be. Oh, you know what? You can't help us out now. You got money. Oh, you think better than us. You know what I'm saying? You start getting those kind of, and then, and there's a whole nother subjects on this that I can't get into because I'm white, so I don't know the full aspects of it. But I just can't imagine that feeling, you know what I'm saying, of like, of being like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Is there a guilt to it that causes people to do that? To put themselves
Ooh,
into that debt?
I would think. I would think some of it is guilt.
So yeah, you're gonna have guilt from your community. Well, you got a pressure from your community to to do things for them and take care
Yeah.
of people. Uh, but I think that, like, I mean, under proper money management,
That
OBJ should have that 100 should have stretched,
that's
and
yeah.
and and
There's your
maybe
big thing too, man.
not lasted a lifetime, but because of the celebrity you built. See, you're just talking about the money you made right then. We know that wasn't the end of your money.
Sure.
Like, it didn't stop because you stopped playing football, bro. Like, you're still you're still able to go out and make an income that most people would die for just
Yeah.
off of your celebrity.
Yeah.
So yeah, we ain't saying that the things you did was wrong as far as helping people, but I will say that trying to keep up with the appearance of society will have your ass walking around with the Lago face, and all the surgery and shit, just trying to, like, we can't fall into the traps of trying to make people happy with just by doing things that everybody says is like when skinny jeans came out, man, I'm not wearing those. And I
Yeah.
never bought a pair. Like, I'm see, peer pressure didn't pressure me into the skinny jeans.
Yeah.
I'm
So,
still
but
able to produce children at a mass amount because my nuts was never tucked. You feel me? So I'm good.
that's some so no small level. But I hear your point. All I'm saying is we can't act like it's not a real thing. But like I said, but before we get out of here, Joe brought up a good thing. Let's end with this on something positive. Something that you did this year that you're proud of, Joe.
Something that I did this year that I'm proud of.
Ain't that what you said?
Yes, yes. No, I'm just gonna say, like, I took I took the biggest fucking chance that I ever could on myself this year.
Okay.
I literally just I won't get too far into it, you know what I'm saying, Quentin? I'm pretty sure you know a little bit about it and everything, but you know, I separated from my wife. We've been together for 18 years. I changed careers. I mean, still with the same company, but I changed the career path that I was on. I did all of this stuff in like a 3 month window. And it was just like, I felt like, you know what I'm saying? I'm standing on a ledge and I just looked over and said, fuck it, jump. And I've never done that before in my life. I didn't know where I was going to land or how I was going to land, but I just prayed to God that I would fucking land good.
Okay.
And that, and I'm so proud of myself for doing that.
Yeah, no, that's dope. You did take the jump. You did take a leap. And I didn't know it was in 3 months span. Damn, man, it was kind of quick.
Oh, bro, it was.
You know, I knew the stuff happened. I didn't know it was that. Like in that short of time range. But yeah, nah, that's what's up. Happy for you. You know what I'm saying?
Joe, I hope you are in a great space with your leap. Um, and I think the year will bring you great news. I think it will be a good year for you to come. Um,
I hope so,
my
man. I hope so.
my
Thank you.
achievement, you're welcome, man. My achievement for the year is just a year. Uh, I battled health issues for almost the last 14 years. So every time I get from the beginning of the year to Christmas, uh, it's victory for me, man. Uh,
Yeah.
and it's as simple as that. You know, you should never take nothing for granted. Uh,
Mm-mm.
we are all complicated machines that can always, get a few little flats here and there and have us wobbling. So just, live life to the fullest. Every time I'm out, I see people out. enjoying their life. It makes me happy because I see people out living their life to what I'm assuming is the fullest. And that's all I try to do is just keep trying to live to the fullest. So my biggest accomplishment is making it back to Christmas. If I make it, got a few more days. And, anything can happen. But if I make it, then I get to see another one. It's my anniversary. It'll be number like 13, 12, something like that. So, that's my accomplishments. It's making it back to December the 25th.
That's what's up, Doug.
It is. So I pray, you know what I'm saying? I pray that we'll make it to December 25th, and he continues to make it to December 25th.
Saying, I need to talk to you next December 25th, bro.
What you said on every December 25th that I'm on this earth. Something I am most proud of this year. It's a great question. It's a lot of. I can think of a lot of small. Not small. I can think of a lot of things. One, I continued in school. Shit, I just looked at a final project grade that took my grade from a D to a B. So I'm proud of that.
Yeah.
I am. Some with podcasting. I am proud that I don't let the numbers make me quit. Because with podcasting, some months you have great numbers. Some months you don't. Some months you looking like, damn, don't nobody really be listening to this? Some months you be like, oh damn, I got a lot of people listening. So I'm proud of that. I didn't let the numbers take over like my aspects of continuing to do podcast, doing something I enjoy doing. Because a lot of people do podcasts and they get into it for money or they get into it for fame. I just did it because I enjoy doing it. So I continue to do it.
Bro, that's why you're gonna be successful at it.
Yeah, I just enjoy actually doing it, and I feel like I get better at it over time.
Consistency and caring about what you're doing, man.
And if nothing else comes out of it, you are leaving your voice on this planet long after you won't be.
Yeah, and I think that's also the thing I enjoy about podcasting is because you talked about responsibilities earlier. With the responsibilities that we have, sometimes we don't have the time to just mingle and kick it with people. Like I seen Miss Tammy used to work with us at Kmart.
Oh, how's she doing?
She's good, and she said, "What's the last person you talked to?" I said, "Well, technically, I talk to Will all the time because he do my podcast." So,
right.
so I still get that relationship because I do podcasts with you. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing I'm most proud of is because I didn't let the numbers stop me because it keeps me doing something I love, and it also keeps me having the relationships that I have. It keeps me with the friends that I have, and I feel closer with all the people I do podcasts with. Y'all, of course, y'all too, Jers and DQ. You know what I'm saying? My boy Dion, and they also introduced me to new people like Teddy that Jers was cool with. So that, and then also I'm proud of. I don't know, continue to be a father because it get hard at times. It get hard at times, especially because he getting into these teenagers.
Oh boy.
Oh no, it keeps getting harder.
Oh no.
I sent Josh away today. He went to go live in Florida, and I had caught my eyes. I caught myself rubbing my eyes, and I was like, "Damn, I know he's not going to like nothing bad. Like he's going to his dad. It should be a good situation for him, but just like not being able to reach out and touch him. You know, even when he moved out, I was able to reach out and touch him. Mom knew where he lived. He still called and needed things and advice, and now it's like he's probably every bit of 1,000 miles away.
Yeah.
So yeah, it never gets easier.
Yeah, it's gonna continue to get harder the more he grows up.
Even as adults, when you see it as adults, it gets hard.
But And what makes me proud is he sees the effort that I put in to try to be a good father. So to me, it makes me feel like, okay, I'm doing something right because he sees that, hey, my dad actually tries. Because the things he tells me is like, he's proud. So yeah, but no, those are things most proud of this year. But
Teaching him how to be a dad.
man, I hope teaching him how to be a good human being. I hope my life.
Yeah, that's being a good dad.
Yeah, you're right.
Mhm.
You're right. Good.
Yes.
I hope my
Good
life.
dad to grow good human beings.
But
It's the recipe.
we're gonna get out of here. Mr. Breakglass himself, Will, I appreciate you.
No problem at all, man. I'm always ready, unless I'm not ready.
I'm gonna say you always ready. I text Will at 8:45. Hey man, can you hop on the 9? Such Jers or Quag didn't show up. Yeah, I'll be there. So yeah, shout out. Appreciate it, Will.
No problem. Man.
Joe,
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you, sir.
Of course. Anytime. Anytime.
Me and you got something coming real soon for the people.
Yes, sir.
We do. We will. Y'all just take that hint. It's coming real soon.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, thank y'all for listening to another episode of Hold Up and Another Thing presented by Mixed Vibes Media. Y'all already know the vibes. It's your boy, Mr. Bell, aka say your name up on this. I might not put you to my. And we're going to catch y'all on the next one. Peace.